Hey, good morning everybody. I wanted to make a video this morning about getting started in real estate. A lot of people ask, how do I get started? What do I do? I've got my license. How do I get deals? How do I make this work? Well, I mean, everybody's a little bit different, and that's one of the great things about this industry is it's not one size fits all. There's so many different ways that people can do business and succeed at getting business. So I think the first thing you need to do is find out what part of this business do you enjoy? Do you enjoy, the one-on-one helping people? Are you a more of an introvert and you're a stats person? So you might get leads by creating a monthly stat sheet and how the market's doing and become, the professional source of information for statistics. Are you very outgoing, talkative? If that's the case, maybe you're a face-to-face person and you get involved in different groups, whether it be charities or different parent groups or business groups or whatever it may be, in order to get yourself out into the market and have people know who you are. I'll tell you a little bit of a story of how I got started and built a successful business, and now a partnership with Shelly, and we have a great team and a lot of extremely talented people around us. But when I started, my former life, I was in fitness management and personal training, and I was in that industry for about 10 years and moved here in 2003 to the Lake Norman, Charlotte area. And then by 2005, I was thinking about going into real estate. Did not really know what part of real estate I would get into. Like many of us, I thought it might be fun to sit in a model and do new home sales. And there's nothing wrong with that by any means. It's a little more corporate in most cases, but you have to be a certain type of person that's what you do and you enjoy doing it. I found out that wasn't where I liked to be, so I ultimately, by chance, got into general brokerage. I got my license in about at the end of 2006, and obviously this is a commission-only type of industry, so I couldn't just jump into it. I was the breadwinner of my household at the time, so I kept my personal training and fitness management job, and I started in real estate. I found I needed to create business. How would I create business? Everybody knew me as the fitness guy. They only saw me in that uniform, and who would trust me with purchasing their house or listing their house if I was known as a fitness guy? It was very hard. But what I did is I worked full-time in fitness and I worked full-time in real estate. And I think that's what you need to do in order to succeed. Bottom line, whatever part of real estate you choose, you need to definitely work it and work it hard. I've always heard this, it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in something. And I truly believe that if you want to maximize your talent in a certain area of life, it takes 10,000 hours. So that 10,000 hours could take years and years and years, or you can shorten that time by hustling and doing two things full time side by side. And I know that's not really easy for everybody. A lot of other people have big responsibilities. They might have kids, a lot of different things going on in life, but life doesn't stop. I mean, you could either do it or not do it. There's plenty of things that you could be doing to get to that 10,000 hours instead of watching TV or just scrolling through social media and so forth. So I think you can do it. But what I did is I just increased my market knowledge right away. At the time, I used to take my digital camera, I'd throw it in my passenger seat, and I would just go get lost. I would learn the market. I learned all the different neighborhoods in the area of Lake Norman. and even further out than that. I learned South Charlotte. I would go get lost anywhere, and I would just take pictures of everything in around the Charlotte area, so I would remember those, and then I would come home and I would blog about it and put out content. So I just learned every neighborhood. I learned all the builders within the neighborhoods. I had a good general idea of different price points of these neighborhoods, the amenities within those neighborhoods. I took pictures of everything, and then I would come home at night and I would create a blog about, you know, one or two of those neighborhoods or areas in and around Charlotte. I would take the link on my website, home search, and look up that particular area. So if I was doing a blog on Birkdale, I would have all my pictures from Birkdale. I would write some different things about Birkdale, the price points, the amenities, what it's close to. It had a golf course, things like that. And then I would put some pictures in it, and then I would take that link from the Birkdale search and I would put it below my blog, and I would say, if you are interested in looking at homes in this particular neighborhood, click this link here. Now what people would do is, at the time, it was really easy to rank, so I would put that blog out, and then within a couple of days it would rank on Google, and people looking in the Birkdale area would find that blog, read it, look at the pictures, and click on my link and sign into my website, and I would get a lead from that. And that's how I generated my business. I did my lead gen that way. So I created hundreds of these pages of writing about these different neighborhoods and areas in and around Charlotte. Ultimately turned that into my website and would get hundreds of leads each month from that. And then that's only half of it. Once you get those leads, you've got to work them. I've done tons of videos on this. You have got to call these people and email the people and now text the people. But what you need to do is not just, once you call them, that's only part of it. You have to continue to build a relationship with them and send them things of value, because obviously they're on other websites and other people are calling them, so you need to stand out. But if you have all of this information and you are known as the area expert because you have lots of content for these different areas and neighborhoods and things to do in and around Charlotte, you can consistently send them information that will keep them excited and keep them engaged with you and keep your name and your face front of mind. So when that person is ready to move to the area, you're the person that they want to go with because they trust you and they feel like they know you now. That is what I did. I've created content and I built a relationship through content. And at the same time, I built that content by going out into the market and getting myself lost in my car, taking pictures, and then coming home and writing about it. If I were to do that now, what I would do is I would do the same thing, but it's a heck of a lot easier. I would take my phone and I would go to these different neighborhoods and I would take little snippets of video, or even just do one long video and just talk about the different things within that neighborhood. Price point, style of homes, if there's a particular builder in there, what are the amenities, what is it close to, and so forth. And I would release that video, and I would do a video every day, or try and set a goal, do 4 or 5 videos a week of different neighborhoods or different towns or different things around, and create your content and your value proposition through doing video. If you don't like being in front of the video, that's fine. Be on the back side of the video and talk while you're viewing different things in these neighborhoods. But that's the way I would do it now. That's the modern version of what I did. There's so many different platforms now too. Back then there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't Facebook, there wasn't Instagram, there wasn't any of these platforms in LinkedIn to put all these things on where you can distribute and create a brand for yourself for free. That stuff did not exist. You had to manually create it in content and then put it out on the internet and hopefully it would rank on Google over time. So this is a totally different time. It is a heck of a lot easier to get your content out there, but at the same time, a lot of people are putting out content now, so it's a little bit harder to get noticed. So you need to be ahead of the curve by doing something different, and most people are afraid to do video. So I would say do video, and video seems to rank the best out of everything anyhow. And there's so many different places you can put that video. You can put it on YouTube, you can put it on Facebook, you can put it on Instagram for 1-minute videos, you can put it on LinkedIn. There's several platforms where you're going to reach several different types of people that are going to eventually buy homes. So that's basically what I did. I found what I was good at. I liked marketing and media, and if that's not your thing, that's fine, but find out what is your thing. So like I said earlier, if you're an outgoing person-to-person type of person, then go and join some different groups. Start a group, start a wine group, start a book reading group, go join a parent-teacher group or a parents group. Try and help them at their business, and if you help them in their business and bring them referrals or bring their spouse a referral, they're gonna feel, in most cases, obligated to return the favor. And if everybody did that, we would get a heck of a lot more business, on both sides, So always try and give, and then you'll automatically get. That's the bottom line. Look at where you fit. That's 14 minutes of fun right there. So hopefully this helps you, and we'll see you next time. Please comment below if there's anything that you want to hear or anything we can talk about. If you have any insight on what I just talked about and positive things to add, feel free to leave them below. We would love to hear from you. Take care.